This is my creative project number 2, and I was actually really excited to do this. I did 2 parts because it made me think of 2 different things, and this one I decided to do a painting rather than a drawing because it reminded me of this documentary I'd watched, and it was on Bill T. Jones, and he's a dancer, and he had survivors from AIDS and cancer and whatnot in this workshop, and they had to draw their life path, and then just a simple line, much like our assignment, and then they had to walk the path, and they all walked the path together, like holding on to each other and whatnot. So that reminded me when I read our assignment, but I wanted to do it in terms that I was comfortable in, and that's painting. So I started this painting with the idea of just mapping my life, and I've never done this before, so I thought, let's give it a try. And this was actually really fun, and I don't know if I quite like this, but it was at least a really good exercise and a fun play with paint. So I started here, and this is, I guess, birth, whatnot, and life, just sort of like elementary school. I'm one of 3 kids, I'm the youngest, and sort of just playing and figuring out who I am, and then, so high school, and then I left Florida and I moved to New York City, and I went to art school. So that's what this was. And then, so that was sort of like growth. I was thinking of like a little fern reaching out and growing. And then New York City was like overwhelming and industrial and gray, many different tones of gray and structure and scaffolding, a lot of scaffolding. And then I slowly went into a very deep depression, and that's what this was. And so it was just sort of monotonous sadness. And then I came back to Florida, and then have slowly just been building myself back up. And I guess that's me now. And then I just wanted to fill in the rest of this, and I really like how this really flourished into looking sort of like a plant, or more of a flower and a growth. And for me, a lot of art school was learning how to edit myself. When I was younger, I was very much like, more is better, and yay! And then start adding white paint, because that is very important of editing, and editing shows time and layers, and it can be a thing in itself. So yeah, that's my painting life path.